Alright, if you guys haven't seen the clip yet, Alinity has considered stopping streaming, I guess, okay? So, obviously, Alinity is one of the internet's probably at this point most hated people. I mean, she gets so much hate because of the things that she's done. She's easily up there for Twitch. I mean, if she's not top 3, she's like top 1, so... Alinity has done a whole bunch of things that people kind of hold against her and people have been upset about for a long time, and I'll get into that here in a minute, but honestly, I kind of just want to I want to show the clip first, and then I kind of want to talk about it because it all really just plays into itself, and, you know, it all meshes together, so I guess we'll go ahead and just hop right on into this one, but before we go, I want to say that 50% of you are not subscribed to the channel, and I know a lot of you are watching multiple videos and enjoying what you see, so make sure, if you are one of those people, that you hit subscribe and turn on notifications to be notified every single time that I upload a new video. Obviously, lots of them have been coming recently. Make sure to leave a like if you do enjoy the video, and with that, I guess we'll go ahead and just get right into the clip.
I just don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. Do I stop streaming? Is that the only way that people are gonna ever leave me alone? It's my livelihood, you know? And it's been my livelihood for 8 years. What am I gonna do?
Don't listen to trolls. Just accept that you made a mistake because you are a human being.
I have, Jack, but do I really have to read thousands and thousands of messages every day about the mistakes I've made in my past?
The best one is
that really what I have to do?
You have been through a lot, you know you are loved and appreciated, don't forget that.
You can't just say, ignore the trolls. And the shit you guys say really affects people. Okay. You guys have no idea how many times I've wanted to kill myself. How many times I've spent my entire night trying to figure out how I was gonna end my life. And I just want you guys to know, that it's really serious. That you guys can't just send hordes of hate towards somebody without it having an effect on a person.
Love you,
and
friend.
so what?
Lucky
I quit streaming. And then trolls learn that if you harass somebody long enough, you're gonna make them quit. That's the whole thing about a cancel culture. It's what happened to Jenna Marbles.
Hey Alinity, I used to dislike you.
So this all kind of happened during an hour-long stream that she did yesterday, and obviously there's a lot to unpack with that one. There's a lot to talk about with this one, and you know, it's definitely kind of a debate that's, I guess, going on right now. So Alinity, I first heard about Alinity, at least. She's been apparently streaming for 8 years. I first heard about her with the whole "can we copy strike PewDiePie" thing, which is one of the reasons, I guess, that people dislike her. So I'll go ahead and just kind of list all this out here. There was the "can we copyright strike PewDiePie" thing. Alinity once told a story about a time in which she essentially manipulated and took advantage of a man. That way she could, you know, get citizenship rights in Canada, okay? So that's 2 things right there. Alinity on stream had her cat walk in front of the camera and keyboard and whatnot while she was playing, and she kind of just picked it up and threw it backward over her head. Alinity then essentially tried or almost gave her cat vodka one time. She was drinking on stream. She had some of it on her lips. She was letting the cat lick her lips and whatnot. If you don't know, alcohol is extremely toxic to cats and can kill them very quickly, even small amounts. Alinity accidentally flashed the camera on stream, and realistically, she had to basically beg Twitch for them to ban her, and, you know, she's pretty much suffered no consequences throughout any of the time that she's been on Twitch and done these things. And a lot of people, they hold this over her head still. So she asks, do I have to stop streaming for this all to, I guess, go away? Now, I don't really think that that's the case. Now, I mean, Alinity's kind of, I guess, a special case when it comes down to, online mobs and whatnot, because let's be realistic. Like, a lot of people really only care about Alinity because she hasn't actually ever faced many consequences for the things that she's done. That's why a lot of people really just dislike her. They feel like she's a golden child of Twitch and that she just gets away with anything that she wants. And so people dislike her because they feel like she, to a certain extent, might even take advantage of that fact. And she might just be taking advantage of the idea that Twitch, hey, they won't really do anything, so I can just kind of do whatever the fuck I want to. Of course, I don't know if that's the case or not, but I mean, that's what a lot of people feel, okay? Now, I don't think she would, like, have to stop streaming for it to go away. I mean, it comes down to the fact that, like, she's made so many of these, like, ridiculous mistakes that just paint her in such a bad light. I mean, if she did, like, one thing, right? Because, like, you know, I feel like a lot of people, they have that one thing that they've done, and people, they know that they've done it, and they're like, yeah, that was shitty or whatever. That's kind of how it is, you know? Like PewDiePie, when he was streaming, you know, there on that bridge on, what was it, PUBG or whatever? That happened, right? We all know it happened. But you don't see people every single day out here just hating PewDiePie. Well, I mean, like the mainstream media and stuff like that. But when you're a person who has like half a dozen different scandals in like 2.5 years, and you've basically gotten away with all of it, yeah, people are definitely gonna look down on you and think bad things about you. Now, this all kind of follows Ninja roasting her on Twitter. I mean, she was clearly mad about it the moment that it happened because, you know, Ninja and XQC, they were having like a little bit of a argument and whatnot, and Alinity jumped in, and I mean, if we're being honest, she kind of shit on Ninja, or at least she was trying to. She was trying to poke at Ninja, and she had something to say when, you know, once again, this wasn't her argument, and then Ninja roasted her about throwing her cat. I mean, she kind of asked for it, in my opinion. Like, you can't just be jumping into people's conversations like that and then trying to, like, you know, pick at them and then be, like, kind of surprised that they say something back to you. Now, Ninja ended up deleting his tweet and whatnot ever since this whole clip happened and whatnot, but I don't think it would require you to stop streaming. I just think that, like, if you went a year without having one of these controversies and you kind of thought before you did some things, like, I feel like a lot of people would just kind of forget about it and stop caring, you know? But, see, Alinity, like, it seems like every 3 months there's a new story about her. There's something going on, right? There's like a new controversy. And all it really does is it kind of rakes back up everything else that realistically, probably at this point, considering the internet, should have probably been buried behind, you know? But it just comes back up into the light because of the things that you do. I feel like if she went through the rest of 2020 without a scandal, people probably wouldn't really be talking about her in 2021. You know? But I do kind of understand, honestly, where she's coming from, you know? Because you gotta think, right? At least the way I see it, there's like 2 or 3 different, like, categories of people in this situation. Number one, there's the people who don't really like what she's done, and they're critical of her, and when she does stuff, they criticize her for it and things like that, and I think that that's perfectly fine. Like, you can be criticized for anything that you did. I mean, just because it upsets you doesn't mean that people don't have the right to criticize you and say that you fucked up. So those category of people, I think that's perfectly fine, you know? The second category, you know, there's the people who they like follow her through every stream and they're always trying to troll her, and they probably got like her tweet notifications on or something, trying to troll her every time she posts something. These are like people who like legitimately take a portion of their life, like a portion out of every part of their day, simply to like go after her and actually like troll her and harass her and just, I mean, let's be honest, be an asshole. I really can't condone that. I can't say that that's an okay thing to do because, sure, the vast majority of us can agree, you know, throwing your cat's not cool, giving your cat vodka's not cool, things like that, you know, getting away with it, that's not cool. But I mean, what are you proving by, like, following her stream and leaving shitty comments, or leaving, like, troll donations, or, like, keeping tweet notifications on so you can just troll her? Like, what are you proving for real? I mean, that kind of behavior, just, I don't know. I think it's weird when you do it pretty much to anyone, if we're being honest, but, I mean, when it comes down to someone like me personally, right, I don't hate Alinity. I really don't. I don't, you know, sit here like, man, I can't stand Alinity. I think she's a horrible human being. I definitely think she's fucked up a lot. I definitely think she's made some terrible decisions. I definitely think that, you know, she probably should reevaluate maybe having a cat. But I don't hate her as a person, you know, that's kind of ridiculous, I feel like. But, you know, I am openly critical of a lot of the things that she's done in the past, and I'm going to continue to be critical of the things that she's done. Because just because, like, you're upset that people say that throwing your cat's wrong doesn't mean that people can't say that. But of course, that's completely different than the people who, like, they have her tweet notifications on. She tweets like, oh, hey, I'm about to stream, and someone's like every time, within 10 seconds, you gonna throw a cat this time? I don't know if that's like what's actually happening, but I'm assuming that to a certain extent, there are probably people who do things like that. And I mean, that's just ridiculous in general. But I don't think that it's really fair to try and lump those two things together. Like there's people who actually harass, and then there's people who just criticize and say that that's wrong. Because if it gets to the point where, like, if someone just comes on stream every time and starts crying, and people act like you can't say anything about it, and the bad things that they do, then you can't say anyone's ever done anything wrong, because then people are just going to get on stream and start crying and saying that you can't say things. With that being said, thank you guys for watching, though. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at SubToOptimus, make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. Thank you to my channel members, your support helps my channel tremendously, and until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, talking about Alinity, and signing out.